I was limited to it's different from what it was. Welcome. How is everyone doing on today? I want to welcome you to Ignite Session 1. I see some new faces in here, some people that I have not verbally talked with before. So give me a little brief about you. We're going to start in the front because I know your first part was Degen, okay? And just introduce yourself, let them know who you are.
Abby Yeboah, a new real estate agent.
Hey, hey, how long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Great. Yes.
Michelle Lee. I've been here for a while, but I kind of took a break, so now I'm back. Excited.
She's back. All right now. Okay.
Mike Silva, new agent as well, been here for a month, so.
Right.
Rochelle Collins. I'm new with Keller Williams. I've been a realtor for maybe a year. So I'm new here. I'm excited.
Great. Awesome. Yes.
My name is Shay, so I have my license for 2 years now. I was with Berkshire Hathaway in San Francisco. Now I'm composing with Keller Williams.
Awesome. Great.
My name is Samuel Mejia, also a brand new agent, signed in with Keller Williams about a month ago.
My name is Patrick, I'm new agent. I joined the last month.
Okay. Welcome.
My name is Lisa. I'm also a new agent. I'm still working here. I'm more active now.
Next.
My name's Tiana. I got my license and started working for Keller Williams South Bay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Wong. New agent, started about a month ago, working transition full-time here. So, nice to meet you.
My name is Blake Taylor. I started here about a little over 2 months ago. And I love this place. It's great people. Great women.
Awesome. Well, my name is Frederick Howard. I'm a new agent. I joined 18 years ago. 18 years ago, right here in this office. I'm a father of 3, a husband of 1. I teach the real estate licensing course for CA Realty Training. I'm instructor there on the ALC. I'm also the productivity coach here at KW South Bay. And I love what I do, and it is wonderful. So, I tell people, I said, does it get old when I tell you what I did my first year in real estate? Does that get old if I tell you I've been here 18 years and I tell you what I did my first year in real estate? Is that kind of old? No, it's not. I'll say, for those of you that don't know, 18 years ago in April of 18 years ago, I started. And by December 31st, I closed 15 deals and had $136,000 in my pocket after my split. Now my split was 70-30, yours is 80-20. Okay, so you can understand that. And all of that was 98% listings. Okay, so many people say as buyers, you're supposed to work with buyers and everything like that. No, go after listings, because listings are king and queen. Because people have to come to you. And if you've ever had your sense of anything working with a buyer, it's exhaustive, but it's still worth it because you still get paid. So if I tell anybody, where do you go? I say, go for listings. That's what I say. Go for everything, but listings are key. Okay. Now, Ignite, when I was growing up in real estate, it's called Camp 443. Okay. 4 listings in 4 months, doing 3 listings. Doing 3 hours of lead generation. Then went from Camp 443 to 36-12-3. That's 36 transactions in 12 months, 3 hours of lead generation. Now, there's something that I said in there that was steady. What was that? Lead generation. Okay, so it was interesting when I came in here, it was so quiet. You know, lead generation is noisy. And many times we get scared to get on the phone and call. You want to know how I know that? It's because last Wednesday, I gave everyone in the class a list of expires, just to get on the phone and call and mess up. And it was almost as quiet as it is in here. You understand? So I want you to be bold enough to know it's okay to mess up. It's okay to mess up. We're going to teach you the tools and trades that you need in order to be successful in this business. How many of you want to be successful? That's why you got your license, right? Not only do you want to be successful, you want to make some money, right? Because success can be, you know, regulated to the amount of money that you make or not. You can just be successfully coming to the office every day, doing absolutely nothing. Okay. So I want to let you know, we want to, with Ignite, we want you to be able to graduate this class. So there's certain things that we want you to be able to. And I want you to get a pencil and paper out because there's going to be some that's going to be necessary in order for you to get graduating from this class. Are you ready? So all of you are familiar with command, correct? Okay. So what we need by the end of these 20 courses, what we need is 10 opportunities or more in command. 10 opportunities or more in command. 201 plus contacts in your database. Okay. And then 201 contacts on at least one smart plan.
What was it last?
201 contacts on at least one smart plan. And here's a wonderful thing. One contract fully executed, whether it be a buyer agreement, purchase agreement, or list. Okay? Now, those are requirements for graduation. Now, the two in the middle are, KW has made it real easy. They made it easy because 201 contacts are probably already in your phone, right? Yeah. And now you actually have the ability with KW Command, you have the ability to go into Command and upload all of your contacts into your Command database. Now, number 2, number 3, those are two of the same, 201. Now, number 3 says, put them on a smart plan. What is a smart plan that you can put them on? Yes, but what other? Say it again. Newsletter. A neighborhood newsletter. So you find out where they are, you just give them a neighborhood newsletter, you know, a neighborhood, you know, this is what's going on in real estate. Okay, so those 2 and 3 are real easy. But then that 4th one will definitely turn into some business. Okay? That 4th one will turn into some business, yes.
So the first one was 10.
10 opportunities.
10 opportunities.
Mhm. So of course, I've been in the business 18 years, but I had something funny happen to me that in many of you, yes.
Sorry, what was the 4th one?
4th one,
One executive.
one executed smart plan, all of them. With,
Contract, you said.
one executed contract, okay? So, we were on the morning mindset one morning, producers of mindset, and we were talking and I challenged all of the people that were on the mindset. I said, I want you to go out and I want you to take a video. Just talk a video, talk about real estate. Don't be a silent agent. Let everyone know that you do real estate. So I'm not just one to tell you something, I'm gonna do it myself, so on my way to work. Did my video, okay? Last week, I got a text from my KW app, and somebody said, hello, I need you to sell my house in LA. That's it, that was at 10:40 at night. At 10:45, I emailed her and said, great, let's get connected, blah, blah, blah. That morning, I gave her a call. And no one picked up. But she called me on my way to work. And we had that conversation that she has a property in LA that she wants to sell. She lives in Banning, okay? And she didn't want to come out here anymore. We had that long conversation. I'm sitting on the parking lot, and my last question was gonna be, how did you find out about me? But she immediately said, the reason why I chose you was because I watched your drive with me to work video. The same video that I told everybody to do while they're going to work or whatever. Okay? So we had the appointment this past Saturday. I searched my Facebook for that lady's name. I could not find it at all. I didn't know who she was, never seen her before. The name was not in my contacts. So when we had the listening appointment, at the end of the conversation, I said, well, are you my Facebook friend, or did you come across my, my video? She said, I'm your Facebook friend. I said, well, what's your name? She said, Chanu. And you know who Chanu was? Chanu was somebody that I've been talking with for at least 5 years. She's been my friend on Facebook for at least 5 years. Listen to this, I'm gonna tell you how things happen. She had been my friend on Facebook at least 5 years. She already always caught my curiosity, guess what? Because I never knew what she looked like. She never posted a picture of her face. She never posted a picture of anything but her dogs and her paintings, okay? But anytime I post something, she would respond, we would talk back and forth. And so we're sitting in the garage, and she said, yeah, Chanu. I said, you're Chanu? It blew me away. It blew me away. So, not only this, even on the sad note, how many of you remember the nurse, USC nurse that was on the bus stop and a homeless guy hit her on the head and killed her? Now, she had worked for USC Medical Center as a nurse for 38 years. Just so happened that was her sister. See how all of that, you understand how everything goes? So it's amazing when you put yourself out there, you'll never know where your business is coming from, but business will come. Okay? So with those items that you have, as far as getting ready for this class and making sure that you move forward, this is just the introduction. We're gonna have some of our top agents come in and train you. You wanna make sure that you are here. I wanna make sure you heard it from my mouth that when you come in here for your lead generation, just don't come in here and create things to do outside of lead generation. Come in here and be focused to say, I am going to lead generate. Okay? Lead generation in this business is telling people what you do in real estate. Now, before I begin with the slides, are there any questions that you have for me? Yes.
Okay, but more for lead generation.
Okay.
So like earlier I was contacting a lot of my contacts on Facebook, but I don't want to send everyone a message. I know there's like an app or something where you can, it's just like a template, like you copy paste, but it just has their name, it changes the name of the message itself.
Mhm.
I can see
Trying to get you to get my secrets. There's something called. She's ready to write. She's ready to write. And what I will do is, if you want, now I'm gonna make it purposeful on you. If you want, I will send you the link, my link, but it's called L Messenger Pro. Called L Messenger Pro. And so what L Messenger Pro does, it allows you to reach out to everyone or whoever you want to reach in your Facebook and not overload it so that Facebook will flag you.
right.
Okay, and it's a free app that I use. It graduates into a paid app, but the free app you can actually utilize. So I'll share that with you if you want me to, just send me your information and I will share that with you. Sound good? Okay, did you guys get that? You got tips and tricks that we use. Any other questions?
Could you explain why you use that? I mean, because you mentioned Facebook overload, what is, what are the?
Well, Facebook, if you say, like what she was saying, I have 5,000 friends, so if I go in there and just
Reach out.
blast the 5,000 people, Facebook is gonna, oh, you're spam.
Yeah,
So what L Messenger Pro does, L Messenger Pro allows you to create a message. And it's not the same message, but it is the same message. It's the same message, but worded different. Okay,
but it's for Facebook specifically.
yes,
Got it,
yes.
okay.
It's specifically geared towards Messenger. Okay. So today is Monday, right? Now, this isn't inclusive of everything that we're doing as far as how it looks, but you all have the schedule on what it looks like as far as your classes are concerned. But one thing that is true, that there is 20 classes, there's 20 courses, okay? We started it with lead generation in the morning from 9 to 11, and then instructor-led training from 11:30 to 1:30. Is it from 11:30 to 1:30, right? Okay. And so we want you to make sure that you take advantage of this. Okay, because your business is all about lead generation, but we also talk to you about your business on how to build a robust business. We talk about the real estate expert. We talk about lead generation. We talk about lead follow-up and the transaction. So today we're going to be talking about how to spark your career. How to spark, I go back to one of the armed services. Real estate is not just a job, it's an adventure. It really is. You know, I mean, if I look back over the years that I've been in real estate, and sometimes I look in this office and then, man, I've been coming in and out of this office for 18 years. And I still feel as young as I did when I had the bottle. I mean, the milk bottle, not see. So, you know, it's a rewarding career. The reason why it's rewarding is because you get to talk to people, you get to be face to face with people. Listen, my history, I tell you, I'm a father of 3, a husband of 1. I've been pastoring a church for the past 26 years, been married for 27 years, been preaching for 33 years. I did hair, listen to this. I did hair for 17 years, own my own salon for 10 of those 17 years. And I still feel young. And I'll be only as young as you guys allow me to be young, okay? So this, what caused me to spark my career in real estate was 911. You know, I realized when 911 happened, I was working for United Airlines. And I realized, you know, I don't want anybody else to lay me off because they were doing a whole lot of layoffs at the airport. I said, I don't want anybody else to lay me off, so I'm going to go and get my license in real estate. And that's all she wrote. That's what I did. Okay. Never looked back and never would look back. Okay. So today we're going to give you a new way of thinking. And I challenge you guys, listen, when we talk about a new way of thinking, but I want all of you. Will you all do me a favor? Will you promise to do me a favor? Because I need your help. Will you do me a favor? Tomorrow at 8 o'clock, I want you guys to be on the morning mindset. The producer's mindset, okay? 8 o'clock. It's right before 9 o'clock. But I want you to be on the producer's mindset because I'm going to be teaching something, okay? And we're going to talk about a new way of thinking. Even though I'm going to, and I would love to share with you today, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to talk to you about it tomorrow. Okay? It's only 30 minutes from 8 to 8:30. We're going to be talking about a new way of thinking, KW culture, KW value, resources, your career vision, daily success system, and the recaps, okay? Gary Keller said, anyone can do it, not everyone will. The question is, will you? I took a master class with Billie Jean Martin. Have you guys heard of Billie Jean is Martin? He's a Facebook expert. And he said one thing, this is what he said. He said that, and now it just went out of my mind. He says, there's no such thing as $1 million idea. Okay? There's only $1 million execution. And what that means is, you can have all the ideas that you want, but if you do not execute what it is that we share with you, that we tell you to do, guess what? It's only an idea. Okay? And Gary says, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. Anyone in here can be $1 million real estate agent. Anyone in here can make 6 figures before December 31st. Did y'all hear me? Anyone in here can make 6 figures in the next 6 months. Anyone can do it. Question is, not everyone will. Will you? Do you want to? Then you're talking to somebody who did it. Now, do you want to do it? Are you going to put the pedal to the metal to make sure it happens? Are you going to force KW South Bay to be challenged to choose who's going to be the rookie of the year? Are you going to have them say, we have so many winners here that we don't know who to choose? Because out of all this class, all of these people made over 6 figures. Doesn't that sound good? It sounds good, but how are you going to execute? Okay. So we talk about this and we have an in-depth study, not only in this class, but we have a totally separate class that deals with the 6 personal perspectives. Number 1 is you have to commit to self-mastery. Committing to self-mastery is doing just what you're doing today. You showed up. You just didn't show up at 11:30, but you showed up at 9. You showed up, you listened to Bob talk on the phone, right? You saw how a seasoned agent is talking to clients and making sure that he's getting connected. And then it's commit to the 80-20 principle. Commit to the 80-20 principle. Pareto's principle is 20% of the people are going to do 80% of the work. So even though I believe that everyone in here can make 6 figures, guess what? Now, I want you to prove me wrong. The principle says only 20% of you will. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 people out of 12. We can break the model and say, okay, no, we can't break the model. We can break the model and we can say, listen, we're going to go for it. We're going to make sure it happens. Okay. Okay, let me ask this question. 3 people are going to do it. Let me ask the question. Who are the 3 that's going to do it in this class? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Then number 3 is move from E to P. Move from entrepreneurial to purposeful. Entrepreneurial to purposeful. Entrepreneurial is what you're built in. That's how you are built. That is what you are natural in. And then you break that ceiling to being purposeful, meaning, okay, that entrepreneur will take you to a certain level, but purposeful will help you break the ceiling. Okay? And then make being learning based the foundation of your action plan. You know why I'm disappointed? You know why I'm disappointed? Because there are people who took Ignite before and are not in this class today, but still have not closed the deal. How long ago was that? How long ago? I think it was November, October, November. Why am I disappointed? I'm disappointed because some of them told me, well, I already took Ignite. Okay. How many learned things the first time around? Guess what? When Camp 443 was here, I took Camp 443 every time I had the opportunity to take Camp 443. Because Kevin Williams is a learning-based company. You're not going to learn everything all at once. How many saw the movie Everything, Everywhere, All at Once? That was a whoa movie. Everything, everywhere, all at once. And looking at the movie in the beginning would make, like, my wife was like, I can't watch this movie. This movie is ridiculous. But when you get to the end, the whole moral of the story is right there, dead in your face. But you gotta watch it. I'm not gonna be the movie. You know, okay. So make learning based the foundation of your action plan. Remove your limiting beliefs. Your limiting beliefs is I'm young in real estate, I'm new in real estate, I don't know what I'm doing. You know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, there's somebody around you that knows what you're doing. Okay? It's just like that guy. He says, you know, they talk about, I understand the assignment. You understood the assignment? And there's a statement on Instagram going, I understood the assignment. Does the assigner of the assignment understand who they assign the assignment to? See, y'all gotta laugh at my joke. Because I'm gonna keep telling them until I get them right. Okay, so remove your limiting beliefs. You went through 90 days of training, get a license from the state of California, minimum. You went through the test, got your license, so you can do it. Be accountable. Can I tell you something? I was here before. Even though I've been in business 18 years, I haven't done the business 18 years. There was a time I was paying for an office in here for at least a year and a half. I never showed up at the office. Because I opened up another business, and I was like, okay, real estate, I keep my license, still pay my office fees, do all of that. And then I realized something. I said, one day, you know what? People are buying and selling real estate every single day. Realtors are getting paid every single day. Right now, somebody is closing escrow. Right now, somebody is going into escrow every single day. And I said, you know what? Why can't that be me? Then I made a commitment to my wife. I said, listen, on your birthday, now I'm gonna be honest, that was in December. That was the Christmas party here that we had at a hotel. And I gave myself time. I said, I am going to get right back into real estate. You know when her birthday was? Her birthday is in April. So I gave myself 4 months to get my mind ready to get back to country. Okay? And then be accountable. The whole reason why we have our productivity program set up the way we have our productivity program is so that we can help you through those first 3 transactions so that you can be accountable to somebody. Because if you're accountable to yourself, guess what? If you be accountable to yourself, you are never going to be as hard on yourself as you should be. Okay, so those are the 6 personal perspective. I just gave you a brief of them. Okay? So when it talks about committing to self-mastery, you have to know your goals. Know your goals. Know your strengths, know your weaknesses, know how to work with both your strengths and your weaknesses to seek and master the necessary knowledge, skills, and habits to reach your goals. Now, many people stray away from their weaknesses, but how do you master your weaknesses?
Connect with someone who, that's their strength.
Exactly, exactly. You master your weakness by connecting with someone who's strong in that area. It does not mean that you're less than. It just means that you're getting yourself better. It means that you're mastering yourself. Okay? But you have to know what your strengths are. You have to know what your weaknesses are. But then above all, you have to know what your goals are. When I told you what the requirements were to finish the class and graduate, those were goals that we have set forth. Those are some things that you have to do in order to graduate, okay? However, you have to set your goals yourself, okay? You have to say, okay, has anybody thought about how many transactions they want to close this year? You made one goal. You guys said that you wanted to make 6 figures in the next 6 months, right? Well, how many transactions do you think that's going to take? It took me 15 in 2005. What were the housing prices in 2005? Okay, let me give you the numbers. It took me 15 in 2005 to get $136,000. The price points were $220,000, $300,000 in 2005.
Five, six.
5, 6, 6, 7 deals. That's what it takes, okay? So commit to the 80-20 principle. 20% of your actions are going to lead to 80% of your results. That means that you should not be spending your time creating a flyer, finding out what kind of font you need to use. Okay? That is your 80%. 20% of your actions. What defines your 20%? Lead gen. 20% defines your lead gen, which is talking to someone and getting them into command and putting them on a smartphone. 3 things: talking to them, getting them into command, and putting them in a smartphone. That's your 20%. Talking to people, getting their information, putting them in command, and starting them on a smartphone. Why do we talk about smart plans so much?
It's convenient.
Convenient. What else? It works. How does it work?
Provide information.
Yes. Well, when you put it in command and you put them on a smart plan, you set it and forget it. It's a system. You set, I tell people all the time, if you're working with a hard-headed buyer, if you're working with, if you're working with someone and the buyer is just being unreasonable, okay, put them on a smart plan, go to the next one. I am not going to spend a whole week trying to convince you that you need to purchase and you need to do this. I'm gonna put you on a smart plan. I'm gonna be in front of you, okay? But when you're ready, guess what? You're gonna give me a call. Okay? So when we talk about moving from E to P, you have the entrepreneurial approach, doing what comes naturally. You have disappointment, resignation, greener pastures. The cycle continues over and over again. So what we do is we try and train you on how to be purposeful, doing what comes unnatural. Okay? What comes, how many in here were in sales before? Okay? Okay, so you're used to picking up the phone and calling, right? Right?
Yep.
Right. So you're used to that. But what else is unnatural with sales? Were you on commission?
It's not happy, not to be happy about a lot of those.
Were you on commission or were you being paid salary? Commission paid salary, okay, commission. So. One thing that you learn in sales is that there's a 2-letter word that you gotta get used to. No. That is the word, and can I tell you, after 18 years, I'm still sick of the word. I mean, literally, I can text Lloyd and say, Lloyd, I need you to be here, and Lloyd will text me back and say, I won't be able to be here because I have an appointment this day. And I can go further because it's a group. I can go further and send a calendar invite, and I can't exclude Lloyd because he's already in the group. And he's already told me that he's not going to be able to make it. But when he declines my calendar invite, it hits me. That's weird, isn't it? Even though he told me, when he declines, it hurts my feelings. But y'all never decline my, no. So you want to do things that are unnatural in order to get you to purpose. And then making learning based the foundation of your education plan or your action. Trivial pursuits lead to nowhere. Know for knowing's sake, ignorance based. I know what I know and I'll ignore anything else. When you have learning base, you know what you know and you know there is more to know. Know for doing sake. Productivity, outside, enlightenment, inside gives you a self-actualization. Okay? Albert Einstein says, I'm neither especially clever nor especially gifted. I am only very, very curious. Question procedures, question tactics. Find out what it is that you want. Be curious about this business. There's more than just selling a single family residence. There's more than just representing a buyer. There's more than that. Get curious about it. You know, when I started, I told my coach, I said, you know, I don't feel comfortable talking to my members at my church because I think it's a conflict of interest, me going to them and telling them I'm a realtor. So my coach said, well, you have to talk to somebody. So the question is, who are you going to talk to? Now I could have been upset, paying $1,000 a month, so I couldn't get that upset. You know, I could have gotten upset. But I made a conscious effort to do what? Talk to some people. And guess what I did? Went to people who were distressed, people in foreclosure, people in bankruptcy, people in probate, because I didn't know who they were. Okay? Now, here's the flip side of that. Not only until maybe 8 to 9 years into my business did I actually go and tell my church that I'm a realtor. Okay? Not only until then. And once I did that, guess what happened? That same day, I got to listen. Because I learned that it's a sad dog that doesn't wag their own tail. You have to be able to tell people who you are and what you do. Albert Einstein, he's not especially clever, he's just curious. So, remove your limiting beliefs when limiting beliefs say, I don't have enough time for training, I can't be successful in this market, I can't devote 3 hours each day to lead generation. Did you hear the key? 3 hours of lead generation? Okay. I don't give anyone a break. You want to know why? Because that year that I did 15 units in 6 months, I was still doing hair. I was still working at the airport. I was still pastoring. I was still a husband with all of my kids at home. Okay, I worked from 10 at night to 6 in the morning, went home, slept from 7 to 12, and was in the office from 1 to 5, rinsed and repeated. My weekends were gone because of my pastoral duties, and I worked on Sunday too. So after I got out the pulpit, I had to go to the airport. So when you say, Frederick, why don't you give me a break? Why should I give you a break? Because you're gonna make time for whatever you want to make time for. Okay? You're gonna make time for it. So your limiting belief saying, I don't have enough time to train you. Guess what? You have the best of both worlds. Keller Williams is not only a brick and mortar company, but it's also a virtual company. We're both brick and mortar and virtual. So if you don't come into the office at all, you still can have all the training that we offer here at AWS out there. Okay? Can't be successful in this market. Why not? Anybody tell me why you can't? Somebody's buying, selling every single day? Because guess what? When I talk to you as a client, I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to the people that you know, because my sphere is not just my sphere. Your sphere is not just your sphere. When I talk to you, I'm talking to the people that you know. So when I come to you, I'm gonna say, do you know me in the position of buying, selling, or investing that I'm gonna talk to today? I'm not going to ask you, are you ready to buy? Because guess what? That closes the conversation. Now I'm minding with them because they know that they can come to me with whatever deals that they need. Okay? Can't devote 3 hours each day to lead generation. How many of us waste 3 hours a day? So all you need to do is repurpose your wasted time. Okay? That's all you need to do is repurpose your wasted time. Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
It's supposed to be a couple of days ago, he was looking for investment property, a house on it, and then a large dog they can use, or a duplex. I said, you gotta get free call, I can't do nothing. So I'm going to see that I'm wasting my time. Get that. And so he's trying to get that, and then he sent me back a text saying, well, I'll have my broker, get back to you. After I talk to the wife, so now, I'm assuming he has a realtor that's off a little bit. Now, how can I nail him down to be committed to me, doing all this work, finding him leads, and then he goes and gets the broker?
Well, number one, his broker is, you're talking about his broker, his mortgage broker? Or
That's what I need to find out right now.
It's probably his mortgage.
Oh, and if it's not, it's a realtor. How do I handle that without crossing any lines?
I'm not gonna work with you if you're working with another realtor. I'm gonna work with you if you're working with another realtor.
Well, the thing is, he must not be doing the job, he's asking me now, for hot property.
Well, if he's asking you for leads, the question that you're gonna ask is, do you have a buyer broker agreement with the other agent that you're working with? Are you working with someone? You have to ask the qualifying questions. Are you working with someone else?
I was gonna do that, but I was trying to find out from you.
No, okay, let me tell you this. Don't be afraid to lose one client or one potential client, because that's what they are. They're a potential client. Don't spend a lot of time trying to qualify someone, even though, because everyone say, oh, I'm looking to purchase something great. Well, do the necessary things. Let's come into the office. Okay, let's sit down and talk about your needs. Because guess what? Everything is set in place for you. If a buyer comes to me and they want to work with me, I'm gonna say, let's set some time to sit in the office to find out what it is that you need. We have a whole buyer presentation that's available. At the end of the at the end of the presentation, there's a question. The question is, have you been talking with another lender? Do you have a lender? And if they say yes, okay, can I get their information? If they say no, okay, can I refer you to my lender? Now, before I do this, can we sign our buyer broker agreement? So that I can make sure that I give you the best service I can give.
And from your experience, does that generally work when you put them on the spot about signing a broker?
If they make the appointments.
That generally works, because most of our,
I'm not going to take you in the car.
I'm
I'm not going to take you in the car. I'm not going to send you listings if you do not have an agreement with me. Okay, yes.
Should you be entertaining anyone if they didn't get a free, like mortgage?
No.
You should
Well,
not,
why would you?
right, no, because you just said a couple of things.
Yeah, why would you? Because if someone's qualified for 300 and they want to see something for 500, why would you send them there? So you want to make sure they're pre-qualified, especially when you're working with a buyer. When a buyer, you want to set an appointment, have them come into the office, do your buyer
So
presentation.
that's what I'm saying, so before you even do that, shouldn't you get a free?
No, because
No,
remember, they're saying, I want to buy. Okay,
yeah,
let's give you, because remember, as a realtor, we are consultants. So a consultant needs to get information. So in order to get that information, you're going to invite them into the office and you're going to get their information.
so you are entertaining. That was my original question.
Okay, so you're entertaining them, but not in regards to taking them out to real estate
Got
issues.
you, okay.
As far as sending them listings or doing that. You entertain them as far as that's. Your buyer presentation is part of your lead generation. So remember your qualifications for graduating classes says sign contract. So at the end of that presentation, you're gonna get them to sign the buyer broker agreement. That's one of your things that you're able to present as far as your graduation requirements, because they signed their name. Follow that? Okay. So be accountable. Life happens, reality shows up. Doesn't seek reality on one side, ignorance. You ask no questions. Seeks reality, awareness. What's the situation? Fights reality, denial. That's not the way it is. That's not how I see it. That's your perception. Acknowledges reality, clarity in what it is. This is the way it is. I got it. I'll see what's going on. Here's the main one. Ooh. This one is to the detriment of most agents. Blame. Blame. If everybody would do their job, it's not my fault, it's yours. Why didn't you change something? My coach didn't tell me this. You follow me? Blame. You own it, energy and focus. If it is to be, it's up to me. What do I want? This is my responsibility. Some of us need to get a checkup from the neck up. It's your responsibility. In order to make 6 figures, it is your responsibility. Your wife, your husband, your mama, your dad can make the best dinner and put it in front of you, but you will starve if you don't pick up a fork, spoon, and eat it. You can smell it. You can see it, but if you don't have the action to pick the fork up, to pick the spoon up, and put it in your mouth, guess what? You're just gonna starve. Personal excuses, deflection, it's not my job. I was never given a chance. It doesn't work here. Find solutions, possibilities. What are my options? How can I get what I want? What can I do? And then here it is, weights and hopes, resignation. If it was meant to be, it'll happen. If I'm going to be successful in real estate, it's just going to happen. Time will tell. It's out of my hands. gets on with it. Action plan. Let's get started. Time's up. Let's go. This is what I'll do. Do we have any victims in here? Thank you. We have accountable people in here, okay? Happiness is not an individual sport. Okay? So, one thing that you'll learn if you're new to KW, we always have in the section or something, we always have some ahas. What were your ahas? And believe me, your ahas is not just your ahas. We've changed it in the last year to say ahas are agents helping agents. Okay? So through what we just went through, what were some of your ahas? Go ahead.
So when you're talking about, when she's asking the question about if you should show a property amount without a pre-approval,
Mhm.
and it brings me back to, yes, if you kind of waste your time if you're looking at a price range that's out of how much they're getting lended. But also the pre-approval should be within like what, 3 to 6 months, or under 3 months. Because some people will be like, I have a pre-approval letter, but it's a year or 8 months old, right? So you want to get an updated approval within, would you say 3 or 6? 3 months.
Thank you for that question. Anybody, any other ahas? You guys have any ahas? Go ahead.
I really like what we're going over right now about, making it your responsibility,
Mhm.
and not, like you said, putting like the blame on another, or like, putting your success outside of you, but taking it as your responsibility. It's not like a luck, it's, like a work,
Right.
you know?
Because you have to realize, if you're not buying or selling, if you're not representing somebody, it's no one's fault, but your own. It's kind of hard to say, but if I'm not closing deals, I can't blame everybody. Believe it or not, you as a realtor, whatever company you're with, it's still your responsibility to be successful. Yes.
And I will add to, you mentioned, like, there's transactions happening every day, there's deals closing every single day. And when you were saying that, I thought there's transactions closing every day, there's agents getting a check every day. And as of right now, it's not me.
Mm.
And yeah, and it's hard to say, but it's like a hard reality that I need to face, Everyone's getting, there's agents getting a check every day. And it's not
That's gotta keep you motivated. Yes, that'll keep you motivated. Okay, so culture. What about our culture? The one thing that won me over with KW was the one thing it said was God first, family, and then business. And your business is the last thing to put those two things ahead. You can grow. And so the culture here, and I it's safe to say, and I may be jaded because I'm with KW South Bay, but I'm not sure whether or not you'll find a more powerful culture of KW than KW South Bay. The owners that we have here, not just Minnie and Jennifer, but also our owners that have owned this market center since I've been here. So it's just, your mission, vision, values, all your MVVP, Red Day, KW Cares, KW Kids Can, diversity, equity, and inclusion, cultural ambassadors. Those are the things that we pride ourselves on. If you want to know what KW does, when you're leaving the office and you don't leave through this door, but you leave through the front door, when you're walking in, I want you to go to look at the wall of value. The wall of value is right when you pass by Holland's desk and you start coming in here, it's that sideway. I want you to look at all those plaques on the wall. That is KW's wall of value. Okay, it goes, it has every single thing that we care about here at KW. Okay, and that is the wonderful thing about our culture. Mission, vision, values, beliefs, and perspectives are MVVVP, and everyone should have that. Everyone should have that. Our mission is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. That's our mission. Okay? And here's the wonderful thing, we call it our WI4C2Ts. So you don't have to say WICCCCC, it's WI4C2Ts, okay? Let me show. WI, 4 Cs, 2 Ts. They added these. At first, equity wasn't there, it was just here. But win-win or no deal. Just because someone wins does not mean the other side has to lose. I want you to have that in your mindset. Okay? Integrity. Do the right thing the first time. Okay? Customers always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication. Seek first to understand. Creativity. Ideas before results. Teamwork. Together, everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty, and equity, opportunities for all. Success results through people. The one thing they added was equity, because just because you're a realtor with KW South Bay does not mean that you have to remain a realtor with KW South Bay. There are so many advancement things that you can do. You can be a maths coach. Me and Jennifer started at the same time, believe it or not. Okay, and now she's a OP. You see the difference? There's different roles that you can take. Okay. Maths coach, you can be a productivity coach. You understand what I mean? It's what you are able to do. The equity is there. The equity is there in your profit share. Everything is there for you. So Red Day, anybody here, you guys, Lori, hold up your shirt. Every year, and I hope you guys can do this, every year, KW literally shuts down all, everybody say all. We shut down every single Keller Williams office. Okay, to serve our community. Every day, the entire company sets aside the second Thursday of every month to renew, energize, and donate within the communities that we serve. So every KW serves in the community on where they're located. Now, you guys heard about Red Day, right? You guys don't know about it, right? The experience. Okay? Because guess what? Nobody's gonna be at the office. So why don't you come to Wilson Park with us? Okay? Get you a t-shirt. Because we'll be in all red and white. Okay? And enjoy the facilities that we have. Our goal, we usually gear towards youth and adults that are challenged, because Gary Nix, how many know Gary Nix? Gary Nix is one of our top agents here in the office. When he first came to KW, you know, he was closing one of his deals and he was going to celebrate, pick up his daughter from school. She was a cheerleader and they were throwing her up and they missed her. She fell and she ended up in the hospital, and now she's physically challenged. Since then, the KW stepped in, blessed him with funds, even though he was brand new at KW, blessed him with funds to take care of his family. And it so much so, you know, I opened the KW Inglewood office, and my first team meeting there, I called Gary and I said, I need you to come over to this office and I need you to share your story with them. Okay. So you're going to meet his daughter. So I challenge you, second Thursday, we're already in May. That means not this Thursday, but next Thursday, let's come together at Wilson Park where we celebrate our Red Day. Yes. boldly say, no, we won't, guaranteed. Any ahas on this? No? Am I talking too slow or too fast, or am I boring? Am I boring?
No.
Let me know if I'm boring, because I'll tell some more jokes. Okay, KW value, MC value, market center value. We are the largest global real estate finance, top franchise for veterans in 2021, top female-friendly company, top 500 franchises in 2022, world's best employers in 21, America's best customer experience in 22, America's best employers for women and new grads, best employers for diversity in 2021, and more. And guess what? How long this is gonna last, but for as long as my tenure here, we are privately owned. We do not sell stock on the stock exchange. So all our numbers, you wanna know why we get everybody's numbers in? Because we report all of our true numbers. And when you compare our numbers to those companies that are traded on the stock exchange, we are number. Now you say, well, how can they claim number one? Because they're claiming number one by their numbers on the stock exchange. We're claiming number one, our numbers coming together on all of our markets. And when you put those numbers together compared to their numbers that they've reported, we are. You can brag about it, then they know it. That's why they didn't review this. Okay? Training and coaching. Connect and Connect Live, local and regional training. Events, family reunion, mega camp. Mega camp is coming up in August. And I tell you, if there's any two things that you need to invest your funds in, is family reunion and mega camp. Mega camp is always in Texas, which is our home office. Family reunion is in different places. This year it's going to be in Vegas. So, yes.
What part of the year is that?
Family reunion is always in February. Close to, I almost got divorced, when I started going to Keller Williams, because family reunion was always on Valentine's Day week. And I was in coaching, coaching, you pay $1,000 a month. Family reunion is included, okay? And mega camp is included, and all of the other things are included except for the travel. So I had to do some serious making up, because every year I was going to wherever family reunion was. She didn't want to go, but I'm still married, and she loves me. Okay. And then mega camp is in August. That's usually in Austin, Texas. Okay. And then Keller Williams University, we're going through Ignite right now, KWU, meaning KW University Enablement, Command Training, KW Max. If you just want to see what Max is all about, they have free training, they have paid training, they have quarterly training, and they have the major training. The major training is the one that I tell my productivity class. I said, listen, my first year in real estate, I invested $12,000 into my business. $12,000 in my business was $1,000 a month. And you know what that included? Of course, it included family reunion and mega camp. But guess how often I talk to my coach? Once a week for 30 minutes. And y'all got coaches, mentors. You listening to me? It was $1,000, whether I did what they told me to do or not. Because the only thing that phone call consisted of, well, Fred, what did you do in your business? Well, I couldn't, why? Well, I called. How many did you call? Is that enough? That's what the calls consisted of. And guess what that was? The phone was no longer a phone, it's a mirror. Literally, your coaching call is a mirror. You're looking at yourself, making excuses on why you're not doing business. Ouch. So. Then you have BOLD. Okay, BOLD is business objectives, living life by design. BOLD is a 7-week course. I'm preparing you for this because I want, these are investments. These are investments. Of course, we give a whole lot of stuff free, but these are investments. I'm using the key word investment. They're not payments, they're investments. Okay, because you're investing in your business. So BOLD is a 7-week course, 1 day a week, all day from 8 to 5, whatever location they have it. The charge is $899, I believe. Okay, here's the key to this. That if you go to BOLD, every escrow you close, a quarter of it gets deducted, given back to you. So if it's $900, when you close a deal, they give you $300. Okay, when you close a deal, they give you $300. So you actually get it paid back if you do what you're supposed to do in the whole time. Because the BOLD's purpose. Who's in coaching right now? Productivity coaching in this class. Go ahead, raise your hand. Go ahead. Raise your hand. Yeah, productivity. Here. Okay. Our main goal is this: 100 contacts per week. That is the crux of BOLD. Meaning, those 7 weeks, you're the contact and get face-to-face or ear-to-ear with 100 people. And if you do that, your business will explode in a good way. But the key here is doing it.
How many is that a day for a week? 13, 20 a day?
Yes.
So let's say those 7 weeks. I have 4 contacts in the phone, you get more than numbers.
So if you do BOLD right, and you do 100 contacts, that means you'll have 700 contacts in your database on a smartphone, correct? Okay, so I already know that's going to produce some business when you do it the right way. Correct? It's sort of like an IKEA cabinet. You know, you have an IKEA cabinet, you have the instructions, but because you're a man, you say, I can put this together. And then at the end of putting it together, you still have some screws left over.
Those were extra.
So you get your leads by talking to people. Now, so there's different ways. You can buy your leads, you can wait for leads, or you can go after leads. Those are only 3 ways to get leads. You can wait for them to come, you can purchase them, or you can go after them. So you have to make that decision. On now, if you're rolling over in money, you know, hey, you can buy it. But things these days, you can.
How much would it cost? Just curious, I'm rich.
Well, it depends.